Hi everybody, Cindy Yellers here from Cindy's Stamping Studio. I'm located in the central part of Wisconsin. I'm 1 minute early and that's just fine. So I can make sure I can find myself on my Kindle. And there's Debbie Vine. She wanted to make sure I wasn't sitting here all by myself. There's Julie Marson and Sally. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here. I always like to get set up before too many people. Look at that. People are just hopping on left and right. That's wonderful. And you're doing everything you're supposed to. You're saying hi to me. And that's great. And I see Linda's here and Jeannie Mullins here. That's wonderful. And Kathy Brose and Sherry Martin. Wow. That makes me feel so good. And there's Bernie. I'm so glad you're all here. I hope everybody had a great weekend. We were busy. I gotta tell you, we were busy Saturday and Sunday. Saturday, Jim and I just worked around the house, getting things done so we can go on vacation. You know how that goes, right? Sunday, our daughter-in-law, Christy, came over with Andy. They were there. They were here to help us start bottling maple syrup. And altogether, so far, we've bottled 32 gallons, and we'll usually bottle about 50 gallons of syrup. That's usually it, right? Well, while we have to wait for the syrup to heat up so that we can put it in the bottles and everything, I had Andy help me in my stamping room, and that was pull all of my retired stamps off of my bookshelf. And the top two shelves are for current. The bottom two shelves are retired. And I do sell some, but there's a lot of them I really like. So I keep them. So, and Andy laughs at me, but I'm a retired secretary. And so I want everything in order. It's all organized. It's not, as I tell her, helter-skelter. And so I wanted all of the retired also stamp sets to also be in alphabetical order, right? Well, I don't know what they teach these children, but Andy had a hard time putting my stamp sets in alphabetical order. Pretty soon I heard her saying, A, B, C, D, E, F. I says, don't you know your ABCs? Well, yeah, but this is hard. She says, okay, let me ask you. If I give you a letter, can you tell me the letter after it in 2 seconds or less? I says, well, I suppose. Okay, J. And I said, K. And she says, okay, G. And I said, H. And she goes, well, that's not fair. You're doing this way too fast. And I thought, oh my gosh, this girl, I'm sure she isn't, I don't know, they don't use their ABCs the way we did or something, or because I'm a retired secretary. I'm not quite sure. But anyway, well, I have to say hello, Sherry Martin. I think I did that. And Lori and Kay Wire and Courtney, thank you. And Ronnie. No rain today. Well, that's true, but it did mist this morning. Our sidewalk got all wet, but another dreary day, yep. And thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you all. And you've been sharing and commenting because when you share and you comment, you get in on my weekly door prize drawing. So I have a drawing for door prizes for commenting and for sharing. Oh no, Lori, they can't read cursive. Andy isn't too bad, but it's like a secret code that we have. And isn't that a shame that they don't know, basic life skills? I would call being able to read cursive important, but apparently it's not. And thank you, Lori, for sharing with your sister-in-law. I appreciate it all. But I don't know. I'm not a teacher nowadays, but it's got to be frustrating, right? And thank you, Julie, for sharing. If you don't have time to stay today, I totally understand. You can catch the replay anytime on my Facebook business page, Cindy Stamping Studio. Or on Thursday, I do a replay on my blog, which is my landing page for everything stamping. And my blog's name is Cindy Stamping Studio. Another gorgeous day. Oh, that's not even nice, Jeannie. But it's coming this way. It's going to get nice. About the day, in fact, I just watched the weather. It's going to be 79 degrees when we leave for vacation. But we're going to Missouri, so it'll be a lot warmer. And so that'll be good. That has been for a few... Oh, yes, Kay. Yes, it has been for a few years. And hi, there's Arliss. And speaking of Arliss, last week, remember, I didn't have the winners drawn for the door prizes. For comments, Jeannie Mullen received her for commenting, and Arliss received for sharing. So I thank you. Oh, yes, that's right, Kay. Andy can write her name in cursive, but everything else she prints. And like math, it's like she'll go and she'll say, okay, tell me what 36 times 36 is. And I'll take a piece of paper and do it. And she's still over there, and it takes them twice as long. I don't know. And you're welcome, Arliss. And hi, Tracy. So, okay. My blog name, again, is Cindy Stamping Studio. And you can also subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is listed under Cindy Ellers, or you can do a search and find it under Cindy Stamping Studio. So I appreciate that all. What I have happening this week is getting ready for my vacation, which there will not be a Facebook Live next Monday. I know, I'm sorry. But after that, I'll be back on the 16th. And on the 17th is our technique class. So if you live locally, I hope you can join us. And if you don't live locally, I do a virtual technique class. And my technique for May, and why I don't write this stuff. Oh, I did write it down. It's called Blending Brush Border Technique. I found this. It's something I've never done. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun. We'll do 2 technique cards and a fancy fold. And I just finished the fancy fold card today. So, yay. Oh, you're so glad I'm going on vacation, Linda? I'm glad too. I think I worked too hard. I told Jim that. I worked too hard. I need a vacation. He agreed. He needs one too. Maple syrup is a lot of work. We enjoy being outside, but it's a lot of work. So, okay, let's see. Stamping news. The new annual catalog goes live tomorrow, or at midnight if you choose to stay up till midnight. It goes live, but I won't. And I hope you've all gotten your catalogs already. If you're one of my customers, you should have gotten your catalog. If you haven't, let me know, and I can get you one. If you're a new, possibly future customer and would like a catalog, I can send you one. Do you have your wish list started? I know I have. I've gotten a few things, and I really do. The stamps that we're using tonight is called Happiness Abounds. And if it isn't on your wish list, I really think it should be. And you'll see what I mean in a little bit. Okay, so now I wanted to announce I did my drawing for my April orders. And that includes anybody who placed an order with me, be it for the paper share, technique class, outside orders, class orders, anything. And the winner is Tracy Jacoby. So Rita, if you're watching, or if you watch this later, let your daughter-in-law know she's a winner, and she has a $15 shopping spree of anything in our current catalogs. Okay? Thank you for sharing, Marcia, and I'm so glad you're here. I'll put that over there. Now, we need to have last week's door prize winners, right? Okay, for comments, I haven't seen her hop on yet, and that's okay. Hopefully she'll watch it later. For comments, I have some of these beautiful holiday rhinestones. These right here for comments are going to go to Lisa Souza. Lisa is in my area and is a new stamper to our group. So Lisa, this one's coming to you. And for sharing, better write this down so I remember who gets what. That's a good idea. Anyway, she's watching, and she'll be real happy to get these holiday rhinestones. They're going to go to Bernie. Bernice Seidel's going to get one, and that's because she always shares my video. So thank you and congratulations. Okay, put them there. I'm done with this. Yes. And that. And I'm going to flip my camera around so that you can see the technique class poster and the new stamp set that we're going to be using. So here we go. Now you can see outside and how dreary it is, and it's just awful. But that's okay. I need to put this up higher. There you go. And as you can see, I have a new host code for May. If you don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I would love to earn your business. If your order is under $150, please use my host code. And if it's over $150, of course, you will have your own, you will get your own, doggone it, you'll get your own rewards. And like I mentioned earlier, I go and give everybody, put everybody's name in a drawing for a $15 shopping spree with me. So just a little incentive. I'm just trying to find me on my laptop. I haven't found me yet. Well, okay. So as I was talking, this is the technique for May. It's the blending brush border technique. I think we're going to have a lot of fun with it. We create 3 cards. 2 of them are technique cards and 1 is a fancy fold. It's also available virtually. And it's May 17th because I'll be out of town on the 10th when we usually meet, so it'll be a week later. Okay? Now here is the stamp set that we're going to use tonight. There I am. Huh. There we go. All right. This is the Happiness Abounds stamp set. There we go, a lot clearer. It has a mat, the bundle has coordinating dies. You can find that in the new annual catalog on page 109, and it is part of the Hues of Happiness suite. great font. I love these words. Happy birthday, best wishes, friend, many thanks, happiness, congratulations, you are wonderful. And then different roses. Yes. Could you try to get a little? Yes. I know, Linda. Oh, now it went back blurry again. There's nothing I can do. I thought I had it fixed once. I'm going to put it up just a little bit more. Sometimes if it's too close, it's blurry. I do not know why. Hopefully that will help. Okay. Maybe as we get going, it'll clear up a little bit. I don't know. I suppose because of the clouds. I see that they're trying to get us high-speed internet in Clark County. So maybe someday, right? The Hues of Happiness suite also has coordinating designer series paper that we'll be using tonight. I think you're going to love it. The dies will cut out not only the stamped images, but I'll also cut out the images with the paper, with the designer series paper, and you'll see what I mean. Okay, let's go. Oh, I got a card from Lisa Souza this last week. She sent me her paper share money, and it doesn't look like we're going to get a second paper share. So I'm sorry. The first paper share will get ordered tomorrow. Yay! And I am getting myself set up. And we're going to be using Fresh Freesia and Gorgeous Grape tonight. Those are our ink colors. And we're also going to be using the rectangle stitched. Oh, there, that's a lot better. Rectangle stitch framettes and the scalloped contour dies. You'll see what I mean in just a second. Okay, let's get this out of your way. Okay, here's our packet. It is a regular card tonight that is going to be 5.5 by 8.5 and scored at 4 1/4. Okay, so that's our card base, and it's an up and down card. I don't usually do this too often, but tonight I am. We're going to have a white layer. And then here's the white for the inside. But we're having a white layer. Okay, let's start with that. We're going to take our Fresh Freesia ink. And I have to have a piece of paper to stamp on. I hate getting ink on my desk. And we're going to go and stamp. We're going to make our own designer paper, you might say, just because I think it's so pretty. I do like roses, and I like this stamp set. We're going to stamp some random flowers on our piece of white, and in Fresh Freesia. Let's go back to big flower. And you really don't have to go and stamp the whole thing. We just want some random flowers. just because we'll be putting something in the middle. There's really no reason to stamp the whole thing. That's pretty good. Oh, let's just do a little bit more right there. There. That looks better. Okay. Now we are going to go and set this aside. I took a piece of Gorgeous Grape and I ran it through my embossing and die cutting machine, and with my scalp contour dies, and that's how I got this. Okay, so that's going to be a layer. And then I haven't done this yet. This is one of the dies that are in the they're called Blossoming Happiness dies. It's part of this suite. And we're going to bring in my mini embossing and cutting machine, or the baby boss as they call it. And then we got this layer right here. And what we're going to do is we're going to put this right on the layer. Okay? Let's run that through. Andy thought this was the cutest thing in the whole world. This little die cutting machine. Which it is. It's pretty handy. It's taken me a while to get used to it, but now it sits right on my desk, and I really like it. Okay, so that's what that looks like. Put this right there so I remember to clean it. All it does is cut out a few and leaves the rest, and that's perfect, because what we're going to do is we're going to put it on our Gorgeous Grape like so. And I can do that right now. Well, hello, Pauline. Thank you for joining us. I'm so glad that you were able to, and I'm glad that you said hi. There's that, right? This card's going to go very fast, so not to worry. Okay, now, as I was telling you about this beautiful Hues of Happiness designer series paper. It's so pretty. Oh my gosh. If it isn't on your list, it really should be. And let's see, where is it? I went and took, because the dies will cut out the flowers, which is so cool and so intricate. The one I use tonight is this one right here. We have some fresh freesia flowers, some gorgeous grapes, some starry sky, and I believe this is Pool Party. And they cut the flowers, Costa Cabana or Pool Party, one of the two. But it does such a great job of cutting the flowers out. So now let's go and put some dimensionals on the back of our Gorgeous Grape. That's just really so pretty. That, yes, Marcia rather, that is just beautiful. Designer paper is. I am very, I'm very impressed, because I never know what kind of, how's it going to look. When I do my pre-order, I have to go according to being able to look at the catalog online. Well, that doesn't always work so good. You know how that is. But I was pleasantly surprised at how pretty that is. So let's put this right on our card base. And we're going to take our layer that we just made, and let's put that on here. This is such a fun card to make. You could do it in any color you wanted, and from that designer series paper, you have a lot of options. Okay, now we're going to go and put our Gorgeous Grape layer on dimensionals right in the middle of our card. Now, I took the dies and I cut out my flowers already. Look at how nice it cut them out. I mean, it turned out really nice. Whoops, I guess I have an extra one here. But these are the colors I picked. And look at how nice it cut those flowers out. I was quite impressed. Oh no, that isn't an extra one. I do need that. Okay. Let's put some mini dimensionals on the back. And, oh, there it is. Okay, I was going to say, where am I going to put my greeting? I haven't gotten that far yet. Alrighty. I think the paper is it's so pretty. And maybe because we had such a long and cold winter that, seeing some spring color is great. Maybe too, I see my flowers are coming up, but we have such a mess in our yard from the storm this past December that it's going to be a while. Okay, so we're going to put this right about here. Now we'll do the same thing with the fresh freesia flower. Alrighty. But like Jim says, we're going to go on vacation, we're going to have fun, and all the stuff that we have to do, it'll be waiting for us when we get back, which is true. But he's done a pretty good job of cleaning up the maple syrup stuff, so I'm happy for that. Now this flower, all I want to do is just kind of tuck him in, like right there. So I'm going to put a little bit of our glue on him. And tuck that in, just like so. I'm going to take our leaves, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go and tuck them in right about there, and take the other one and tuck that one in right about there. So there, that's the front. Not to be done yet. I went and took my stitch rectangle die and cut out a for our greeting. So I always have a hard time getting this one out. I do not know why. Maybe because it's so intricate. There. And we're going to go and take Gorgeous Grape. And I'm going to just use the Happy Birthday one. I'm thinking this will make a great Happy Birthday. There's that. Okay. Gonna go back to my fresh freesia. And there's a little bouquet. And let me get my piece of white paper out again. And all I want to do is just stamp some flowers right on there. Yeah, that turned out just the way I wanted it to. Okay, now we're just going to go and slide this right there. Okay, so let's put a little glue on it. And there we go. Just like so. Yes. And I know they're retiring today, some epoxy essentials, but I wanted to use, I think this works perfect. You can see through them, but it needed a little bit of bling. And now let's do the inside. Gotta do the inside. We're gonna go and use Wishing You All the Happiness You Can Imagine. Oh, gotta have Gorgeous Grape for my words. That just, and they stamp so nice. You know, sometimes you get words or something, and if you push down too hard, you have a mess. They don't stamp nice, but these do. Yes, in person, you would love how pretty they are in person, Bernie. Okay, what do I want? Oh yeah, I want my rose. Got us. Nice and simple. Less is best. I always have to remind myself that less is best, because I would probably get carried away and then it would look like a mess. And that's going to go right inside. There we go. And that's our card. Now, isn't that pretty? Simple, but yet, I mean, as you can see, I can get a lot of cards out of that designer series paper. And, you know, it would work for, well, Mother's Day, birthday, even a thank you, or it'd be a pretty wedding card. So, yeah. So there's the card. I want to take this time to thank you all for taking time out of your busy evening to spend some time with me. And I hope you have a great week and a great next week. I won't see you, but come back, mark it on your calendar to come back on Monday, May 16th. And I'll have a new stamp set to share with you. And I'll tell you all about our trip. How's that sound? And thank you for all the well wishes and compliments on this great card. And I will enjoy my vacation. I'll tell you all about it on the 16th. So take care, everybody. I appreciate you all. Thank you.